Hello, Sawton. No, it isn't Sunday. I'm streaming today because um this is just um the day that's the most convenient for me given everything that's happening this weekend. So, so we're gonna be working on a joke language. And Majahadra, I know even though you're not here, I want to alleviate your fears because I'm going to be breaking this whole thing down into a video. So, um, yes. Sorry, I'm looking at things on my stream deck, if you will. So today we're gonna be working on at least the phonology, and possibly some beginning grammar of a cursed online working. I missed. No, it is not Hanukkah themed. Actually, nothing about this is holiday themed in any shape or form. But it's I just figured I'd take a break from like Osugite and Kea for for the holidays. So so yeah, I missed Agma Schwa's Cursed Conlang Circus because I thought I wouldn't have anything to add. But now that I think about it, I do. I really do have things that I can add for it. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's not. It's it's over. The whole cursed Conlang circus is over. So whatever. I'm just making this because I know I can make a cursed Conlang. Well, okay. So here's the problem with that Sutton being oh, what's the term? What's the term when you respell when you like flip the letters around? Is it an anagram? Whatever. Because the thing I have planned out for it really doesn't have like segments. It has segments, but it's not anything. So you know how Hawaiian has 10 consonants, if I'm correct? I think it's 10. Nah, we ain't doing 10. We doing 2 at least. Um so I think you might get into this we might get into this on part 2 of this language because today I want to work on phonology and phonotactics. Um so that's long story short, we're just gonna make some sounds today. Your hyper Hawaiian language. Oh Sawton. Oh Sawton. I just want to say, for everybody's reference, yesterday was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I was talking with Sawton, and Sawton wanted me to help with romanization for one of the conlangs that this eldritch thing has created. So usually the case is that I cringe at what Sawton has suggested. And and well, I got Sutton to cringe just yesterday because we were talking about romanizations, and if you know anything about me, you know that I love phonology, romanizations, and sound systems. That's my main wheelhouse when it comes to conlanging. It's like, what can I do weird in the sounds of the language? So, and I'm slowly moving through a syntax book, a syntax textbook, but phonology is where I like shine. So, 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 okay, okay. The, I guess it's just time. I guess it's just time. I've posted about this on Colin Gory's Discord channel, Friends of the Schwa. Oh no, I have two. I have two notifications. Actually, I'm gonna check those, see if those are okay. It's just Apollo. Um, I didn't want to like step on Colin's toes actually because this is I don't know. I don't remember when they streamed, but I shared this on the Colin Gory Discord channel, and it was met with a good deal of confusion. So, this language is in English called Think, Know, Feel. And the gimmick of this, or the whole cursed thing of this language, is the fact that there are no words for feelings. You cannot say, "Hey, Sayros, how's it going? Doing all right?" We we're just getting into the meat of what we're gonna be doing today. Yeah, Sutton. That's why I just said, "Oh, it's just Apollo." Um, but yes, so there are no explicit words for happy, angry, sad, disgusted, scared, or neutral when it comes to emotions. There are no emotion terms. So what is done? The, the way that we handle this is that every single word in this language has a plus minus value. And this is a super lexical thing. These numbers have no bearing on what the word actually means. It's just an aspect of the word. Um so so all of these add up, and you use all of these values and you average them. And then that average determines where it falls on this wheel. Now, here's a problem. Hello, Apollo. So, here's the problem. Like, let's say for some reason, we end up with a sentence. Oh, what's... Ooh, that sounds like fun, Apollo. Have fun with that. So, let's think. What's something that can average out to around 10? Oh. Let me think. So, car lost headlights. So let's say that that's like +7. +3. And then +8. Okay. Bam. So 8. 8 plus 3 plus 7 divided by 3. That equals hopefully. This is the only time I've ever needed to pull out a calculator for conlanging. 18 divided by 3. I love how that worked out perfectly. Oh my gosh. That just worked out too perfectly. Okay. Well, let's just say car is, or let's just say headlights is 8 too. Eight plus 3 plus 8 divided by 3. So that's 19. That's 91. Divided by 3. Okay. So this is actually perfect. Now there are only 6 numbers. There are only 6 values, right? There are only 6 vowels, or six values. So what do we do with this? Well, hear me out. 6.33333 repeating might also be the same. Oh, it doesn't like it. Oh, it doesn't like it. Okay. Oh, no. That's why. What is... Oh, what happened? Oh no. Well, long story short. Okay, well, let's... Okay, so... Okay. Long story short, we convert to scenary. We convert from base 10 to base 6. And then you take the ones place. Or you round. That's what it is. You round. up to what the ones place would be. So, 10.53535353, or 6.333333 would end up counting as joy. So yay! My car lost its headlights. So, I'm very excited, and it's very dense. So, I'll, because I have so many other plans. I'm just so excited about this. Okay. So, my plan, let's just hop right into the phonology, cuz I'm liable to get too excited. Don't take that out of context, Sutton. Um so these are my two ideas for phones. Or phonemes, rather. Long story short, these are sounds that would be made whenever you emote. Like ah or hmm. Okay? Okay. I know, Sutton. Oh, Sutton, no. Okay. So these are the ideas for the two phonemes in this language. They are sounds that you would make when emoting. So or or hmm. You know, they're emotion sounds. Now, this isn't very this isn't very much of a phonology, is it? You, so, not only is there this distinction between ah and hold up, not tool. Y'all aren't ready. Uh, ah. So, a distinction between short, half long, long, and overlong for both of these. So, all of that, right? And on top of that, creaky voice distinction for both of them in all lengths. And then, on top of that, tone. So theoretically, oh, and the tones would be a tone per mora. So a level tone per mora. So theoretically, is written like we're doing our microwave impressions. Ah is written and then, of course, creaky voice can apply to all of these. And tone applies to each of these independently. Like each of these graphemes independently. So, I was thinking doing like a whole 5 level tones, but I don't know how I feel about that. Oh, Apollo. Oh no. Don't freeze and die. Please. Um but yeah. So like I said, I was thinking of having a full 5 level tone system, but I think I'm just gonna keep it along on the simple side and just have high, middle, and low. Maybe something, but we don't need to worry about that. So so the most cursed word in this language might look something like this. Oh, and did I mention Biggie voice can apply to tone as well? Well, I mean it would kind of have to, but so theoretically, the most cursed word, mind you, this is just a word. Or correction, this is one singular phoneme. So, correction. Hello. One moment, everyone.
Feel like wrapping some Christmas
No, no Sawton. It's so. So Sawton. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. There is no. It's just this. Like, there's no allophones. There's no nothing. It is just. Mmm. It's not like. Mama, mama. It's mmm. So. Or. Ah. Okay. Do we like this? I love it. I'm and uwu for babies? No, not uwu for babies. This requires too much math for it to be for babies. uh, so one big thing is that ideally, uwu for babies. No, no, something. No, stop it. I do. Stop it. Um, this is these are purely phonemes. No, I don't care. I don't care about the actual number of phonemes. I just care about the cursedness of the phonemes. Um what, Apollo? No, no, I meant make the word baby. Oh, whoa. No. I don't think I can do that. I can do. So, I want let me preface something. I want this to be a I want this to be a cursed Mandarin, if you will, where every word is one morpheme long. So, okay, let's let's do some math, right? There are two phonemes times. Oh, y'all can't see that. If there are two phonemes or two or if there are two phones, two articulations. There we go. There are two articulations, and and there are four lengths. That creates eight phonemes. That creates eight phonemes. Then multiply that by two because of voicing distinction. I was also thinking of including breathy voice. Let me know if y'all think that would be cool. But so 16, and then both of those times 3. There are only 48 valid morphemes in this language. Oh no, I think I'm gonna have to add breathy voice if I don't want words to get so long. Or I could use synonym, or I could end up using synonym compounds. But we'll figure that out. I like that the the calculator comes out and everybody flees. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do breathy voice. Hold up. What is the symbol for breathy voice? What is breathy voice? Where is it? No. There it is. Okay. Okay. Uh, it's the two underdots. Ah, and okay. So I'm gonna end up needing to do synonym compounds either way. So 48 times 2. 96. That's better. That's better. But yes, ultimately, all of these words are are going to be one phoneme long. One phoneme long. Oh. Okay. I guess. Do we want to pull up a Swadesh list? What Swadesh list do y'all recommend? Because while y'all are deciding which Swadesh list I should use, I'm gonna pull up a. Okay. Voicing, modal, leaky, breathy, consonants, consonants, uh, length, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Okay. Let's do A. Yeah. H. Apollo, are you okay? Like, are you at home? Or at least at your apartment? Okay. Hopefully that's how rewrites work. Yeah. Okay. Good to know. I'm glad you're safe. Oh, why does that? What? That's why. Because it needs. We're not gonna. Oh no. Oh, that's great. Sutton, give me a Swedish list. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, Sutton, no. Yeah, give me a Swedish list or give me a language for a Swedish list. You don't know what a Swedish list is? Oh my gosh. Goss. A Swedish list is a list of the necessary words for a language. The Swedish list is a classical compilation of tentatively universal concepts for the purposes of lexicostatistics. Long story short, it's the 100 terms that a language needs. Or I guess 207. Or however many. And I'm wrong? Why am I wrong, son? I I don't even know what cladochronology is. I'm not even gonna try it. Arabic. Dash. Doing Arabic. Oh. Oh, it's 207. Can I just take this? No, of course I can't. Huh. Also, I was just reading the Wikipedia definition, son. So if I'm bad, I'm sorry. Okay. Backspace. Oh my gosh. Please don't, son. Okay, well, whatever. Okay. Lots of sticks and repeat pizza heated hut. Free pizza heated hut. Okay. So we're not gonna distinguish gender in this language, correct? Like it's just gonna be he, she, it, like third person. Also, I feel like these words should I feel like the pronoun should be like not necessarily the most phonetically complicated, but like conditioned in the most complicated way. So like let's say me gender and you gender. 15 noun classes! Bro, we don't even have 100 possible words in this language. We do, we do not have a combination for 100 words. The fact that I'm even using this 207 word list is absolutely just horrible. So 22. Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out. The first person singular takes its tone from the I only have two pronouns. I could do that, actually. Could do that. Oh, I like that. And then you can just use like people. We don't even need a distinction. Well, okay, we don't need here or there. We don't need who. Don't need where, when, how. We can get away with like a general negative. Oh no, Sawton. You missed the part where we said every word is one morpheme long, and every morpheme is one phoneme long. Um. So. Oh. You'll come back to the quantifiers in a second. We're gonna need a word for 6. Lexical phrase. Yes. So what? You're kind of on the right track, Sawton. So what I'm planning on doing is some sort of like I'm taking inspiration from Mandarin for this. Where for a lot of things, for a lot of words, there's going to be compounds, and for a lot of if it comes down to the point where we need to use homophony, then there's going to be like synonym compounds and stuff like that. Or dvandvas. If we don't Dvanvas if we don't end up having enough morphemes. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we can do numbers like blank and blank, or 2 blanks, or 2 6s plus 5, 2 6s and 5. Like that's 2 6s and 5. So that would be in scenery. That's 25. And in decimal, that's 17. After this, after I get used to translating in this, I'm gonna be like unstoppable in we don't but yeah. Okay. So yeah, 6. I don't think we need a word for big and wide and thick. You don't need those. I don't think we need a word for long, but we would need a word for length. If this is does this have a word for length? Like I said, we don't need a word for thick. Okay, so I don't have a word for length. Just use the word for. I'll miss. I'll. Length. So big length. Not heavy, but weight. So, and then not short, but height. So big length, big weight, big height. Don't need to worry about narrow or thin. We can deal with that. Man. This man. This man did not agree to this. Okay. Child, wife, or husband, we don't need that. We don't need a word for mother and father, but we can get away. We don't need a word for child. Delete row. Don't. Ultimately, we wouldn't even. Man. Ultimately, we're not gonna need a word for louse. We're not gonna need a word for snake or worm. We can just snake and worm. We can conflate those. And heck, we could even conflate fish and lizard if we wanted. Like scaled scaled animals. Scaled animals. Yeah, a dog we can just use like mammal, quadrupedal mammal. However you write that. Quadrupedal mammal. Snake, yeah, we can just insect. Actually, do we want to conflate insects with scaled animals? Because we can do that. Because don't. Insects often are plated. So I think. We don't need a word for roots. Don't need a word for bark. Don't need a word. Don't need a word for forest. Ultimately, don't need a word for tree. Fruit. Don't need a word for seed because we can use the word for fruit. Don't need a word for leaf. Don't need a word for flower. Do we need a word for flower? No, we don't. Because we have a word for grass. Rope. I'll come back to that. Don't need a word for blood. Don't need a word for bone. Don't need a word for fat. We can conflate fruit and egg. Oh, okay. Um. Uh. Do they not have like a... Okay. So tail... What? We can call... So we don't need a word for horn. We can get away with using like the word for tail as in like tail end. Feather, don't need a word for feather. Don't need a word for hair. Don't need a word for ear. Might need a word for eye. Don't need a word for for nose. Maybe mouth. Won't need a word for tooth. Won't need a word for tongue. Won't need a word for fingernail. Foot and leg, we can... Yeah, right now we're just really going through the vocabulary. This is riveting stuff, isn't it, guys? Now we don't need... Don't need wing. Don't need guts. In fact, we can really just conflate all of this into torso. can call the neck a part of our head. Don't need the. We don't need a word for to drink and eat. We don't need a word for to drink and eat. Don't need a word for to bite. Don't need a word for suck. We don't need a word for to spit and vomit. So I'll conflate these two. To blow, we don't need. To laugh, we don't need. We can use see and hear. Well, we can conflate those two. Like I did with eye and ear. Not heat. To know, we can conflate know and think. And we don't need a word for to smell. We don't need a word for to kill. We can conflate fight and kill. I'm sorry, YouTube. Don't flag me. Don't need a word for to hunt. Don't need a word for to hit. So, fight, kill, hit. We can worry about like aspect later. Don't need to worry about cut. Splits. We can. To split, we can use that as like a word for to choose. To stab, we don't need. Scratch, we don't. I'll say we need scratch. Until we find something that can swim and fly can be conflated. Yeah, until we find something that can be conflated with to scratch, then I think we're good. And then to walk. To sit. To lie down. We don't need a word for to lie. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. Hey, we're getting there. We're really cutting stuff out, aren't we? Okay, to fall. Okay. Do we need a word for to turn? I don't think we need a word for to turn. I'll keep it until we find something that can conflate with it. Don't need a word for to squeeze. Don't need a word for to rub. Well, no. We don't need a word for a rub and to wash and to clean. Don't need a word for to pull because we have a word for to push and we have a word for here and there. So if we push here, push there. To throw, to tie, and to sew can be conflated, so we don't need Don't need that. Count. We can conflate that with to say. Ooh. Sing. Can we conflate that with say? I think we can conflate that with say. One moment. Sorry about that. To sing and to say. I think that's good with that. To float, we don't need. To flow, we don't need. To freeze, we don't need. Swell, we don't need. Sun, moon, star, celestial body. I'll take a Tokipona there. Celestial body. Water, don't need rain. Don't need river. I'll just say a collection of water. So, water count. Or, yes, it truly does. Also, Apollo. We're doing features. We're doing syntactic features. We can do salt and stone. We don't need a word for sand and dust. So I think yes, you can count water, like cups of water or bodies of water. Oh, is that what you sent me? Think about Oxverbs? Oh! Wait until you see the polysynthetic chapter. I'm not... Okay, Apollo, also, tell me it doesn't just settle. So I'm talking... One moment. I recently purchased this book. I purchased this book because Apollo used it as a textbook in one of their courses. Please? Okay, well... Okay, I'll deal with Satan first. And then I'll deal with you, Apollo. It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. Because at a certain point... Okay, we can say that when it functions as a count noun, it is not contained. It is not contained in a man-made item. So, like, we can count the cups, but we can't count the lakes. But we can count the cups. We can't say it's a lake of water. We'll just say it's a big old water. That's my idea. And then Apollo, please tell me that this does not just sit and settle in X-bar theory. Please tell me it talks more about other theories. Because when I was reading this and it was talking about calling tense phrases because it'll make X-bar theory easier to transition to. Please tell me it does not stay in X-bar theory. Because I've heard terrible things about X-bar theory when it comes to languages that don't have the verb and object together. Also, while I have this out, I was reading this earlier. And I'm at the. Yeah, it talks briefly, but it settles in X bar. Okay, well. Apollo, I am gonna be out and about because I have to finish Christmas shopping. It's a very good thing Ever is not here because I didn't get her a gift. So if you're cool with me like walking around and being busy, then sure, yeah, we can voice chat, but I have to do that. But yeah. There we go. So yeah, if you can't easily count like man-made things, then we can say that these mass nouns. What did I eat? Did what? What? What did I eat? Did what? Okay. Okay. Well, whatever. So salt and stone, but sand and dust and dirt. Um. And mind you, Sawton, right now we're just trying to conflate as much as we can. Might want to get Bobolingua in on that call. You know what? Fair. Um. Sand, dust, dirt. Yeah, right now, what we're trying to do is we're just trying to conflate everything down. Because this is a 200. This is a 207 word list. And I'm working on getting it down to under 94 or at least 94. So. Cloud, fog. Puff. A general puff of X. Sky. Yeah, we can call wind sky water. And we can call snow ice water. Smoke. Fire. Ash. Burn. We can call road just a general path. Yes, Apollo, yes. Mountain. Let's call this rock, actually. Oh, no. Well, okay. I might be able to. Mountain, so rock. Okay, I'm doing it. I don't care what y'all think. We're doing red, black, and white. We're doing red, black, and white. Don't need a word for year. Ice, warm, or not cold, warm. And I also said we could work on quantifiers. Okay. Fair, very fair. Good, bad, straight, round. We can use that. No. Sharp or dull. We can use smooth. Correct. We don't need near or far. Don't need right or left. Because a lot of the times it'll be context. We're not going to worry about what Sutton just said. Not gonna do it. We're not gonna do in. We're gonna do at. On. With. We're not gonna do with, but we're not gonna do and, but we will do with. We don't need if. Don't need a word for name. Don't need a word for because. Okay, we need to get rid of 4 words. Oh. Correction, we need to get rid of 3 words. We don't need to, don't need a word for sing. Yeah. Okay, we need to get rid of 2 words. Oh, I forgot. Good or bad? Why should I get rid of good and bad? I forgot I need to get rid of 3 words now. Because this starts at 2. Why should I get rid of good and bad, son? Push and rub. Don't need a word for turn. This and that. That's just for Deixis. Okay, Sutton. I get it. Get it. So, like, good. Sutton, you're insane. Okay, okay, yeah. Um, okay. And then we can do, 4. Because we have it! We have 94 words. We have. Whew, we did it. We did it. Oh, we didn't even need 94. Could have done 96. Okay, well, either way. Either way. We have a word for a general negative, and then I think I'll add a word for a general positive. Okay. So yeah, we can say that the and the tone are conditioned by actually no. Let's just say and Let's do features. I can do features for plus vowel plus short plus and actually where's my where is it? Oh, come on. Need my alpha. So then minus yeah, let's those non bivalent features. Um minus vowel short modal or not voice, tone. Heck yeah! They're starting to look like actual people who know what they're talking about. What the heck, man? Okay. So yeah. We have our first 2 words in this language, and they aren't even technically good words yet. So, Sutton, I like that idea. I like that idea a lot of using you and the me word and the you word as this and. In fact, I think we can even get in on some obviation with that. So I think that could be cool. Oh yeah. I guess I guess we I guess I need to give these values, don't I? Give these their emotional values. So yeah. No obviation won't work? What do you mean? Explain to me why obviation won't work, Sutton. It didn't. Oh my gosh, where's a plus minus? Just does it not have under? Okay, well, whatever. Plus minus is okay. And then a lot of these function words can just be a plus minus 0. So like what? Um, General negative, we can say that is -2. General positive, we can say that's +2. Gosh. I just. I just want to use the plus sign, man. Screaming cats. All. Yeah, so we can say more complex concepts can get larger numbers. So, like, I don't know. Or things that have more meaning behind them, so like fight, kill, hit. That can be like 6. To split or to choose that well, okay. So let's say to split or to choose is 6, but to fight is like 5. I like that system, son. I already agreed with you. I don't know what the yeah. Yeah. Scratch, we'll call that a 1. That's not a very charged concept. Oh. Apostrophe plus. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. Um. Yeah, these quantifiers we'll just use. Also, I'm gonna get rid of some. This is either all, many, few, or none. Which we can use the general negative for. -4 for that. Good, Apollo. Oh, that would be... What? Generative grammar's approach to ergativity. Nice. No. Hear me out. +6. -6. +6 -6. +4 -4. +2 -2. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Apollo can hear you through me. I hate. Oh, that's a phrase I didn't want to hear. Because Apollo, isn't ergativity just like anything that isn't accusativity? Like, we don't. Like, there's nothing. Okay, so, whatever. Big. We'll call that a +6. Small, we'll call that a -6. Oh, I forgot that we're going to need a complementizer. We're going to need a complementizer. And again, it's going to... Okay, that's what the old theory of ergativity is. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's... Now I can talk... Now I can start to talk syntax with people. Yeah, complementizer, because that's... Because that's how we're gonna get to do... That's how we're gonna get to do more complex emotional meanings. Okay. But yes, so the way complementizers are gonna work is that we're gonna, there are gonna be 2 levels. So, if we understand that this is the emotional value, right? I have no clue what active state and the state of alignment is, and I don't think I ever want to. So we understand that this is the core emotional value. It rounds up to 1, so the statement is overall joyous. But if we say car lost 8, lost 3, headlight 8. Complementizer Oh. Fluid. Okay, I get that. Shine. 2. Right. 4 in. So, if we look at that, hold up, let me pull that down so it's easier to look at. So, if we look at that, we understand that there is an embedded clause. We understand that this complementizer, like this clause, is a part of this clause, or it's relative to this clause. Now, when we look at that, if we're looking at the emotional values, we're looking at this as 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. We're looking at the emotional values distinctly. Okay? Okay. So, we understand that this clause is worth. This clause, the car lost its headlights, is happy. Right? And we also understand that the clause, that shine bright in the night, is angry. So what this creates is a mixture of it's like, thank God it happened, but why did it have to happen now? Like, that sort of meaning. Or, like, just a general complex emotion. So that's why we need a complementizer. Because relative clauses will have their own emotional meaning. And there will be layers to it. So theoretically, you could have infinitely complex emotional values conveyed in one sentence. Recursion. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm starting to sound like I know what I'm talking about. Oh. Oh, that's gross. Ugh. Okay. I like that I'm just assigning values at this point. Like, there's nothing that I'm actually doing for the words themselves, but I'm just assigning values. Oh my gosh. There could be 2 complementizers. There could be 2 complementizers. There could be a complementizer that adds this value onto the value of the main clause, and there could be a complementizer that creates that creates a secondary emotional value. So one adds to the overall meaning, and the other adds to a subtle meaning. Additive complementizer. So we have an additive and a multiplicative. Let's just call that multiplicative. because I like the word multiplication. Bam. So let's add a note. That adds additional value and insert note. Insert a relative clause values of word in which the value of each is added in. We're going to capitalize that. Okay. Bam. So, we have a phonology. We have the vocabulary. Now it's just time to assign values. To assign values and to assign phonological forms. But I think I'm gonna cut it here. Because I've just been too joyous, and I don't think that it's smart for me to continue. Yeah, it's... Be completely honest, I'm feeling a little, It's been a hot second since I've streamed, so I'm feeling a little... So, I've ran out of spoons, as the ADHDers would say. So, I'm gonna cut it here. I'm gonna cut it early. We got through a good deal. We have a format. And we have functions. So, I'm very glad that we got through that. That is... peak. So, happy holidays, everybody. The next time you'll see me, I will not be, I'll not be in a holiday. So. I'm okay, Apollo. Here's the deal. I've gotten comfortable enough with streams that I don't think that I've gotten comfortable enough with streaming that I don't think I have quote unquote bad streams. Like where I am less than whatever. Where I'm less than my capability. Um, sure, there are streams that perform poorly, but so thank you for your concern, but I understand. And I'm as ready for syntax dumping as I ever will be. Mind you, I am still only in the second chapter. I've been working at it for months. And I'm still only in like the second chapter. Do you have streams where you cannot release them? Release them? Yes, any stream you're in, Sawton. Yeah. Yes, I understand that much, son. I'm just saying from my performance, what's it? Imagine learning syntax by reading. Hey, son, at least I don't steal. Alright, everybody. Have a good one.